think the feeling that when X, then Y. You can fill in X and Y for anything you want. When I've saved this much, then I can do this. When I'm this fit, then I can do this. Whatever the X to the Y is. When X, then Y. And what that does is it keeps whatever you want to accomplish or experience as such a barrier that X continues to move, or it's very difficult to reach X for Y to occur. I'll share a story for myself that's really heartbreaking, actually. Is my father's 81 now, and his X then Y was, when I'm healthier, then I want to take my family on this trip to the Galapagos. And family being like kids and grandkids. That was the X to the Y. And he has stage 4 prostate cancer, and there will not be a trip to the Galapagos for the kids and the grandkids with the grandparents. It's not, won't happen. But that attitude, that way of being of when X, then Y, I see that consistently in holding people back from being able to step fully into their lives. So I think that is probably the big differentiator that I see, is working with what is versus working with what the desired state that people want it to be in order to move forward.
Yeah. And so what if that is, and I'm sure you've had these conversations with clients as well of yours, but what if that X is money based, right? So when I've hit some financial goal.
Yeah. I remember very early on in my career, I had a client who worked in finance. I think I was making like $30,000 a year at that point. And I remember we were talking, him saying, it doesn't matter what your salary is. The way you approach money is everything. So it doesn't matter if you're making 30,000 or 300,000. Your financial habits are what are going to dictate how you approach every problem. That piece combined with, and I look back on this situation with my father in the Galapagos isn't the issue, right? So it's not the if X, meaning if X with is, the amount of money needed to do a trip like that, then Y. But the Galapagos isn't the topic. The Galapagos is just the resource to experience what the topic is, which is dedicated, meaningful time with family. So the value is dedicated, meaningful time.